Take it in. Breathe it in. Pasture. Take it in. The shit wafting up into your nostrils. Take it in like a fine wine. I have got such great plans for this place. Those plans could include you. I'm really happy. I'm very happy to feel the earth beneath my feet. It's a little mushy. I can hear it squish over here on the left, and hear it squish over here on the right. Lots of dreams and visions. I'm going to be conducting experiments out here in this field, this pasture. Gonna be answering fundamental questions about the nature of the universe with my assistant. My assistant. What can I say about my assistant? Well, he's perky. He is very, enthusiastic, I'd say. I did a search. Knew I needed a specific kind of guy. Very particular candidate for what is gonna go down in this field. When the ground is all mushy. Because you need us to. Yeah, they do. You need us to. Damn right. He's from Brooklyn. Not from Brooklyn. Alright, well, you sound like you're from Brooklyn. Well, I'm not. I'm not from Brooklyn. Not from Brooklyn. Okay? I'm not from Brooklyn. Well, good, because you're going to be out here on a farm conducting experiments on research about the fundamental issue at hand, which you, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to them, you already know, but they don't know. Give it to them, Pops. You're my assistant, you don't call me Pops. Come on, Pops, give it to him. Okay. I'm gonna drop it. Ready yourselves. Steady yourselves. Come on, Pop. Would you stop calling me Pop? You're special, but you're not that special. Give it to him, Pop. Tell him what we're gonna be doing out here in this field. I'm getting tired of waiting. Alright. You heard of Flat Earth? Oh, come on. You're not gonna talk about Flat Earth. I'm not gonna talk about Flat Earth. I gotta know something though, Pops. Do you believe in Flat Earth? You believe in that? Flat Earth? Because if you believe in that Flat Earth, I'm gonna have a hard time being your assistant. Facts. You just tone it down. I'm talking. This is a video for posterity. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Here we go. That firmament, that celestial dome, It's got those sparkles up there we call stars. I have a special instrument to determine whether there is such a thing as outer space. That's it. All right, well done, Pops. Now tell him how that relates to the flat Earth. I'm not talking about flat Earth tonight. I may not be talking about flat Earth any night, so zip it. This firmament above us. You have always presumed, I'm speaking to you, the listener, the viewer, that there is a thing called outer space. Now, the way I look at it is there's many options. Many options. Do you mind if I speak to him? I want to speak to him. I want to speak to them. My assistant would like to speak to you. Yes, son. He's not really conveying the excitement. The excitement. Here's the excitement. You don't know. You don't even know what's up there. You have been told. You have watched things like Star Wars and Star Trek, and you think that there's all this space out there. Well, what we're doing, me and Pops, we are going to determine whether there is such a thing as outer space. Now, I know it sounds crazy. It is crazy. I know it sounds crazy. Because when you've been told the same thing over and over and over again, you tend to just believe it. You just tend to believe it. So you tend to believe, and it makes so much sense, that there is an outer space with the sun and the moon and some stars and some planets and all those galaxies and nebula and black holes and all that. And lately, it has come to pass that people are questioning whether there are black holes out there. Whether that's just sci-fi, junk sci-fi. Now, me and Pops, we see eye to eye. So, hypothetically, and you just hang with me here, imagine that you just simply don't know. So you take it. All right, hold on a second. Are you actually going to tell them how our research is conducted? Well, I'm just going to tell them where we're starting from, Pops. We're starting from the axiom that you don't know. Straight up. You don't know. Now, you think you know, of course, because you get out a telescope. If you are very zealous and determined, you take out a telescope and you look up at the sky and you think you see Jupiter. You think you see Saturn, Mars, Venus, all of that. How do you know? How do you know that that's just not a TV screen up there? Like a movie screen. But the whole damn thing. The whole damn night sky is a movie screen. The whole day sky is a movie screen. It's not like the Truman Show, because that was really static. That was just a paint job. We're talking about a movie screen. So it's not so much a simulation in the way that a lot of people think. You know, everything that's going on here is physical and real, but up there, that's a movie screen. That's one of our theories. I'm not saying that that's the truth. I'm going to continue to explain. Maybe a little bit later. Right now, I want to talk about some things that are of utmost importance for the viewer. Here we are, my assistant and I, who affectionately calls me Pops, are examining the nature of reality, specifically outer space and whether it exists. We are filming live in this pasture because we want to encourage you. This isn't just about us. Did you ever notice those times in your life where something was so extraordinary, and only later did you realize, oh, it wasn't just about that place and time. There was something much bigger going on, but you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell because you didn't have the broader picture, the greater tapestry of meaning that is now unfolding before your mind's eye retrospectively as you look back over your life. Now, my little guy here, my assistant, don't call me a little guy, okay? My assistant, he doesn't have a lot of life behind him. So he's still really caught up in the more obvious, superficial things. You just told them that I'm superficial. I didn't say that you're superficial, I just said you're caught up in the more superficial things, which would make me superficial. So, Pops, do not disrespect. I'm not disrespecting you, I'm just telling you that you don't have a lot of mileage. That's not disrespect, you don't have a lot of mileage, and people who don't have a lot of mileage, they tend to look at things superficially compared to those who do have more mileage. So ostensibly we're talking about the film screen up there and whether the night sky is really just a movie but on a deeper level. This is just one inquiry among many that I invite you, the viewer, to undertake for your own edification. Find the very thing in your life that you've always assumed to be true and realize axiom number one, you don't know if it's true. So we're essentially performing two functions here. We are giving you, the viewer, me and my assistant, we're giving you an opportunity to have an inside view of our experiment. Simultaneously, we're inviting you to do the same. Find the thing. For example, you've been told the Earth is round. It's a sphere. And I'm not saying it's not. Pops, if you start talking about flat Earth with these people, you're totally going to turn them off. You've got to get out of that fixation. I'm actually not fixated on whether it's flat or spherical. But I am very much fixated on whether you have even thought about it. Okay? I'm saying I don't know. You, grasshopper, seem to know, but that's your superficiality because you don't got that much mileage on you. Pops, I'm telling you, I'm your assistant, but you cannot keep disrespecting me. It's like, I have integrity, and you cannot question my integrity by telling me I'm too young to have deep thoughts. I am not too young to have deep thoughts. No, you're not. You are not too young to have deep thoughts. You can have deep thoughts about superficial things. You cannot have deep thoughts about deep things because you haven't gotten there yet. You haven't gotten there yet. Don't pretend that you can have deep thoughts about deep things like I can when I'm 40 years your senior, excuse me. You're 40 years my junior. Don't presuppose. This is the thing. People are like, oh, I'm an old soul. I've been there, done that. I've already arrived. No, you haven't already arrived. The fact that you think that you've already arrived tells me that you ain't. You haven't. You're a young soul pretending you're an old soul. Now stop it. Desist. Because what you resist persists. Pops, that didn't even make any sense. You're superficial. You don't know why I said that. You said that because it rhymed. Maybe some truth to that. But it is true. I like to drop the truisms. Where you resist persists. Pops, okay. Conduct the research. Find a way to test what you have presumed to know, but don't. Okay? For example, that thing out there you call a moon, what is it? Because it's some funky thing just hanging out there. It begs the question of what the heck it is. Now, there are some theories. Pops, give it to him. Drop it. Drop it. I'm excited. I'm excited. There are some theories that moon is not a moon. Give it to him. Come on now. Give him the truth. Tell him the truth. Don't you hold back the truth. Give him the truth. The whole truth. And nothing but the truth. You can't handle the truth. Give it to him, Pops. Give it to him. Tell him what the moon is. I am just saying, you need to find out, you, the viewer, need to find out what that is. There are some people who actually think that that moon is not a natural celestial body, that it was put there, that it's a spaceship. It's a spaceship. Now, I'm not saying it's a spaceship, but it's a goddamn spaceship. Goddamn it. Now, I'm not saying I know who put it there, but damn it, if some aliens didn't put it there. I'm not saying that it is broadcasting signals into our mind to keep this into the five senses perceptual matrix. I'm not saying that, but you know that's the truth. Now I'm out here in my field with my assistant, talk to him, out of here, killing it, doing experimentation, looking at the sky. We're excited. We're absolutely excited. Now, we don't know. But unlike you, the viewer, we know that we don't know. And we are taking that by the horns. And we are subduing our own ignorance with experimentation, empirical research and investigation, hypotheses and theories and conclusions and scientific method. We're doing it all because we know that we don't know. Give it up for ignorance. Hell yeah. Epistemic humility. Hell yeah. My researcher, right there. My man, assistant, little guy. Maybe just a tad bit superficial, but not much. I'm not superficial, brother. You were just on a roll. Don't call me superficial. He's still learning. The thing of utmost consequence is if we determine that the night sky and the day sky, by implication, is actually a movie screen, and then we're like, well, the moon is a spaceship. Is that a movie of a spaceship? Or is there really a spaceship out there? So is the movie screen just past the spaceship? The spaceship, oh shit. Did you hear that? Put that down. I got it, Pops. I got it. Spaceship. That's how we work. Right there, that's part of the scientific method. Whatever comes up, comes out. We jot it down if we can divine a frequency of relevance, of significance. What did I just say? I don't remember. It doesn't matter because he jots it down. I don't have to remember. That's why I've got an assistant. Now, we have not set up any particular equipment. There's a reason for that. We want to be able to use our natural faculties to unravel the mysteries all around us. You think if I get some kind of scientific apparatus that I'm legit? No. Why? Because it's always the mind that has to determine the data from the scientific apparatus. We just cut out the middle guy. No intermediary here, no need for intercession. We just go straight to the source with our minds. If it looks like a movie screen, it is. And we haven't determined that yet, Pops. I don't mean to be rude, but you're giving them way too much. Okay? You've got to leave them wanting more. Leave them wanting more, Pops. If you're going to conduct a GoFundMe campaign to elicit funds from these viewers, and I'm not saying that we have a lot of viewers and that we could actually do this, but if you're to do that, you can't give them everything at once. You gotta spoon feed them a little bit, breadcrumb them a little bit, lead them into the center of the labyrinth. We have many reasons to believe that the moon is a spaceship. We're not going to do that right now. We're still thinking about whether the atmosphere is a movie screen. Because it doesn't make sense. Just think about it rationally. Use your logical mind. It doesn't make sense. Infinite space, supernovas, black holes, nebulae, all this stuff, galaxies, supergalactic clusters. I mean, they just make this shit up, man. But you gotta ask yourself why. Why they keep telling me this? Because, and see, my assistant, he's great, but he doesn't get this. Oh, I get it. You don't even get it because I haven't even said it. Oh, I get it. I know exactly what you're about to say. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah? Okay, what am I about to say? You're about to say that those in power, the powers that be, they obscure the nature of truth. Wow. That is what I was going to say. See? Not so superficial after all, Pops. No, you surprised me there. I'm surprising you a lot, and you just don't remember. I don't remember that I forgot. That's my point. You don't remember that you forgot that you forgot. That's okay, Pops. I'm here. I'm your research assistant. We're going to solve this problem together. It doesn't make sense. When you start to understand your predicament, that the truth is always being obscured, occulted, as they say, which is hidden, then you've got to start to question every single thing that you've been told, because you realize that the powers that be are trying to hide the truth so that they can control you. Okay, you don't quite believe me. Hold on a second, Pops, I'm still talking. You don't believe this. You got a pig or a cow or a chicken in a cage. Do they know that they're in a cage? Do they know where the key is? Do they know that there is a key? Do they know that you put them there? Do they know you're going to eat them someday? Do they know that there are all these chickens, pigs, and cows and all these cages everywhere else? And that humans are doing the same thing to all of them? Do they know that? No. They can't even see that shit. They don't even know what a cage is. They just know they can't leave. They know they can't move anywhere beyond the cage. That don't even say that to themselves. What it is their opportunities are limited. What's the word I'm looking for? Their opportunities for action are limited. They can't do shit. That's what they know. But they don't know all the specifics of why they can't do shit. They're just chickens and pigs and cows who can't do shit. Same with us. We don't even know what we can't do. We don't even know what we don't know. That pig born into captivity has no idea what it is to be free. Has no idea what it doesn't know. We're the same. And the pig is like that because we humans have determined that that pig is going to live in captivity and is not going to know the nature of its captivity. In the pig's case, it can't even understand that cognitively. What about us? Take it, Pops. The boy's got a point. You can be captive without even knowing that you're captive. And even if you were to figure it out, you wouldn't even know the mechanics of it. You wouldn't even know how or what or why or when or where. You would just know that you can't move. You can't do shit. Like a pig, like a chicken, like a cow. So we're out here in this pasture on behalf of all animals, figuring out the nature of our captivity. Is that night sky a movie screen? Because there's nothing outside of it. But then you're like, whoa! If there's nothing beyond the movie screen, what? The problem with a limit is that you can't conceive of nothing being beyond it. If we say that there's a limit, is that like a wall? And there's nothing beyond that wall? Listen, people. I call my assistant superficial. He's not superficial. I'm just playing with him. Don't fucking play with me, Pops. I'm just fucking having fun. Here's what we're getting at. Really, really think about it. You got a limit. What's outside of the limit? And you realize, oh shit. If there's anything outside of that limit, then it's not a limit, because there's something outside of it. So once you got a limit, you have to say that that limit is infinitely thick. So we got a wall here, and on the wall, up there in the sky, on the dome, there's a movie screen. What's outside and beyond the movie screen? The movie screen is infinitely thick. There's nothing outside of it. But wait a minute. If it's infinitely thick, how the fuck did that happen? How did you have an infinitely thick movie screen? You have to construct it, wouldn't you? How do you construct an infinitely thick movie screen if you don't have infinite space? But I thought there was no such thing as infinite space. How could you build an infinitely thick movie screen if you didn't have infinite space in which to do it? And then you're like, wait a minute, that means there's infinite space. Because you couldn't have an infinitely thick movie screen if there weren't infinite space. So fucking get rid of the infinite thick movie screen, because that doesn't even make fucking sense anyways. And then you got your infinite space back, don't you? Oh, we're brilliant. High five, bro. High five. Out here in the pasture, figuring out the mysteries. So where are we? We're basically saying if there's a movie screen, there's got to be something out there beyond it, because an infinitely thick movie screen is stupid. You would need infinite space. If you need infinite space, then that must mean it must exist if you had an infinitely thick movie screen. So the absurdity of an infinitely thick movie screen, we toss it out, and we've come to our conclusion that this is not a movie screen. What the fuck is it? It's infinite space. God damn it. Really didn't want it to be infinite space. I really wanted it to be a movie screen. That's the thing, man. Once you put a limit, you're like, is there nothing outside of that limit? That's what's hard to believe. That if there were a dome, that there would be nothing beyond the dome. But nothing doesn't exist. Only existence exists. So what is filling up all that existence? See, nothing doesn't exist, because if nothing existed, it wouldn't be nothing. It would be existence. Hello! drop that. I know, I'm a natural philosopher. I just parade under the name of scientist. Natural empiricist, researcher, investigator. Boom, dropping the truths. Right here in the pasture with my homie, my boy, my assistant. Right here, Pops, we're doing it. Just sitting here thinking it through. Out here in the pasture with the poo. My boy likes to rhyme. Does it all the time. So we have deduced the natural philosophers of the pasture that nothing does not exist because it would be something and therefore not nothing. Boom. Therefore, whatever is out there, it does exist because nothing doesn't. Boom. It can't be an infinitely thick television screen. We have deduced that it cannot be that. Ergo, it's gotta be something. Am I right? Pops, you are right. Now what we gotta do, if you don't mind me taking over, no, go ahead, bro. You've got this. We've got to figure out what it is. What it is up there. Personally, I thought your idea of a movie screen was very compelling. I was almost convinced, but then we took it to the argumentum ad infinitum, pushed the argument to the limits of credibility and intelligibility. Yes, we did. And I am proud to be your assistant here by your side. Because as all these paradoxes and riddles and conundrums unravel before the mind's eye, we will continue to plow in the pasture of truth on behalf of our fellow human beings. You, the viewer, you just watched tonight in the space of 30 minutes what's possible with the human mind. I'm here with my senior researcher and boss, employer. There's nothing that you couldn't put in front of us that we couldn't handle. Nothing. So if you want to know whether the earth is flat, you want to know whether it's a sphere, you want to know whether the moon is a spaceship, you just bring it here. You bring it here. Natural philosopher, natural.philosopher@gmail.com. We will get your email. We will read it here on camera. We will be streaming live to the whole planet. The whole planet's going to be just eavesdropping in our investigations and vicariously and voyeuristically indulging themselves in our brilliance as we unravel everything that confuses your petty little superficial mind. No insult intended. It's just if you haven't gone as deep as me and the man here, my boss, the professor of natural philosophy, then you are comparatively superficial, and that's no insult. You don't know what you don't know. Good night now. We'll see you soon.